right, good evening, South Texas. It has been a bit of a stormy day for some of us here across the region, but not everybody has seen storms. Taking a look across San Antonio, not seeing any issues there. Temperatures sitting in the 70s and 80s, and we have a lot of cloud cover, but thankfully no severe storms right now for our area. It's pretty quiet out there, at least for Bexar County. But we do have some strong storms that are further on down towards the south and west, and those are kind of drifting down, thankfully, and we're going to continue to watch those kind of drift down to the south. We're going to see that in just a moment. Here's a quick look at across northwest San Antonio. A lot of cloud cover, not too much of an issue there. Now, we do have some watches out there. Notice Valverde County, that's a tornado watch. It's going to continue for just a little while longer here. We watched a few storms further on off to the north that produced tornadoes near Lubbock, stretching on closer on to San Angelo, but nothing right now for our part of the region. Taking a look down towards Eagle Pass, stretching over to Cotulla, that's where we had the severe thunderstorm watch. We had a warning there earlier on. We have a flash flood watch for a majority of our region. That flash flood watch, by the way, that's all the way up until we get to about Thursday at 1 p.m. So that lets you know, wow, we're going to have a lot of rain here these next few days. Right now, the bulk of the thunderstorm activity is kind of occurring further on down toward the south and west of San Antonio, down towards Cotulla, and then again, you see they're drifting on kind of to the south, and there's a little bit of a drop in my radar data. Down there towards Crystal City, though, Carrizo Springs, that seems to be where a bulk of the rain is occurring. So let's take a wider look at the state of Texas. I had mentioned that we had the severe weather that was closer on towards Lubbock, stretching up through Amarillo, all that kind of shifting off to the east, and we're going to continue to see that again shift off just off to our north. So the bulk of the rain that we've seen today has been really south of Highway 90 and west of I-35 and kind of along that I-35 corridor. So right now I actually have Weather Chief Bill Taylor.
How you doing there, Andrew Wilson?
Doing great. Yeah, he's been in-house kind of tracking some things behind the scenes.
This has been real interesting because you watch as that cluster develops east of Eagle Pass. So watch as it comes right out of Maverick County and covers Carrizo Springs, Crystal City, and this, I'm telling you, is so beneficial. Very heavy rain in the most severe drought-stricken area in the region.
Yeah,
I mean,
thankfully it hasn't.
Exceptional to extreme drought down there.
Yeah, thankfully that storm hasn't been severe. It's putting down pea-sized hail possibly.
Pea-sized,
but
winds are about 40 to 50, according to some of the discussion on chat. But a severe weather advisory, a significant weather advisory, I should say, but still south of the criteria needed for a severe thunderstorm. That's
right,
for sure.
Right. But yeah, you said that was the area that really needs the rain the most, and that's true.
That's been for a couple months now, right? I mean, once you got to Eagle Pass, I mean, this is a dramatic improvement. It was a good 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, that it was all in extreme drought and a much bigger reach of exceptional drought. But yeah, so the thinking is, I mean, as this approaches I-35, it's still going to be some very intense rain and a lot of lightning, but it doesn't appear that we're too concerned about hail size and seeing some, monster hailstones out of this right now.
Right. That's exactly what we want. We want the rainfall, but we don't want the damaging winds and the large hail and the tornadoes that can be possible with some strong storms. So the heavy rain, yeah, we love it. Right now, about an inch or more there in southeast Emmett County, and then you see over into parts of LaSalle County. They've picked up a good amount of rain. We'd like to see even a little bit more over there, but we'll take what we can get.
Exactly.
And
and we're going to get a lot.
Right.
The fact that they issued a 4-day flash flood watch tells you that we're really expecting a lot more rain. Even though this cluster has come together to the south, we still have a 40% chance of a few showers overnight. Yeah,
and while this severe weather threat has panned out to really impact more of areas north of San Antonio, really even up towards San Angelo, Lubbock, that's where a bulk of the severe storms have been. We're going to have another chance for strong storms tomorrow. Damaging winds and large hail are going to be the main threats. Let's take a look at that timeline. This really does show that heavy rain that's expected to move through.
So you're still looking at the IBM model with this?
This is I went ahead and switched over to the NAM because I thought it was picking up a little bit better on where some of those storms are at right now.
That's one of the things we do is we look at various operational models to indicate which one's doing the best with the current situation. And here on our Facebook fam and our Roku and YouTube and all the different streaming opportunities you have, what I've always done is just shared with our followers and watchers and viewers to which model initializes best, and that we try to find the one that we can have the most confidence in moving forward. Like I say, if that model's lying to us right now, it's probably going to keep lying to us. So
Right.
we want to find the one that's got the best handle on the given situation, because as you know too, I mean, every model performs differently given the scenario.
Right, right. And so this one, it was doing a little bit better to start off with, so we're thinking that it could continue to do better, has that possibility of continuing to do better throughout the night, maybe the next couple of days. And here's what it shows, that by the time we get to Tuesday at 7 a.m., we could get some more of that beneficial rain down towards Cotulla. I don't think that this would necessarily be severe. We could have a lot of lightning down there with this cell that will be there into southern LaSalle County and stretching up through a majority of the county there, really dumping some heavy rain. That will continue to shift off to the east, and by the time we get to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, I mean, Bill, we could have more strong storms there. That could be impacting San Antonio.
Yeah, and this is what I want to get to with Deanna asking about hail in San Antonio next few days. This is a good indicator right here that we're not necessarily out of the woods. Like with everything developing south and the hail very small tonight, hopefully it stays that way for the remainder of this evening and we don't worry about severe weather tonight. But even moving into Tuesday, a 1 out of 5 risk area for San Antonio on Tuesday's SPC. Unless that's been updated, I'm gonna go check that in a moment here.
Yeah, and I saw a few people asking about San Antonio and Helotes and different areas tonight. What's going to happen tonight? Well, it looks like a bulk of the stronger storms are going to stay even south of Highway 90. In San Antonio, you see not included in that severe thunderstorm watch. I would say that areas that could also be kind of, I guess, removed from it, but that you're still under it until 11 p.m. That's, by the way, when the severe thunderstorm watch ends.
Right.
Areas like Zavala and Frio County, I think that the storms are going to stay south of you. Even northern Maverick County, as far north as Eagle Pass, I don't think you're going to have really much of an issue. Now, if you're down toward areas of Dimmitt County and parts of LaSalle County, still could get a strong storm. We're still going to watch it closely. But as far as really large damaging hail, I don't think that's going to be as much of a threat. Just something we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on.
Brianna, if asking about Pleasanton and some of those storms that are just now kind of inching into western Frio County, and they're moving east. Here's the thing. I mean, I know you said your kids are pretty scared of the weather, and those could be some thunderstorms that hold together for you. It's going to be at least a few hours. So if they're able to fall asleep, it might even be about 2 hours as far as the, fastest that they get there to Pleasanton. And I'm thinking, just what's now edging into western Frio County here, it should be in Pearsall by, say, 9:45. I wouldn't put it in Pleasanton until probably 10:30, at the earliest. So, like I said, if they're good sleepers, maybe you can put them down right now. But if they hold together, which they could, you're going to at least see some showers and a few scattered thunderstorms tonight.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like anything too serious there. That's the good news. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder, and that's about it.
Well, the good news, this time of night is in our favor. I mean, remember, guys, we had a cap of warm air aloft, and that inhibits and destroys these thunderstorms. So once you get into the nighttime hours and you don't have daytime heating, you don't have sunshine, those are two big factors that keep the cap in place. Without those two mechanisms there to weaken the cap, we should be in good shape tonight.
Patricia's saying lots of lightning and strong winds in Laredo. Yeah, that's where some of the stronger storms are, and those are dipping south. And Patricia, I'd keep an eye on those storms because they could end up going severe for you. Mm-hmm. Webb County also included in a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m., so you are included in that watch.
Yeah, there's a storm that's now just northwest of Hidalgo that's heading southeast, and if it holds together, that'll be stronger than what's coming down from Encinal right now. So, yeah, Laredo's definitely you're going to be hearing the thunder for the next couple of hours.
Yeah, and so, guys, I'm going to run it back to Tuesday at 6 p.m. We talked a bit about how we could have some strong storms right into Bexar County around Tuesday afternoon, late in the afternoon.
Yeah, and just double-checking, I mentioned the SPC, Severe Prediction Center, keeping San Antonio in a 1-level risk, level 1 out of 5 risk of severe weather, that what you're looking at there for Tuesday would be severe. And you can see that level 2 does pick up quick, just outside of New Braunfels, Canyon Lake, Comfort, Kerrville, Austin, all of those communities, Fredericksburg, will be under a level 2 risk on Tuesday.
Yep, and this is a quick timeline of what those storms will look like. So by 6 p.m., maybe some storms there along the I-35 corridor. By 7:30, still impacting our region. But once we head into the evening, right after sunset, The North American model, at least what we're looking at right now, is trying to show these storms really weakening. And what we're seeing there in northern Uvalde, northern Medina County, and south central Bandera County, I wouldn't expect that to really be severe, but maybe some heavy downpours that could just continue to help the aquifer that is already doing pretty good, about to be really healthy though.
It really is. You know, the 10-day average is the trigger number. We're now 15 feet above the stage 2 trigger, and we're 5 feet above the stage 1 trigger. But SAWS has taken every precaution with, hitting a dry pattern over the summer and keeping us in stage 2 for now. I spoke to a SAWS official on Friday to see if they were going to make any adjustment on the stage 1 or stage 2. Maybe we go back to stage 1. They're not making any moves just yet. We were talking maybe a lot has to do with the level at Medina Lake.
Yeah,
Medina Lake is 35%. I know you looked at that.
Yeah,
today.
yeah. I believe it's 35% full. And maybe that will change, because check out what we have going on here Wednesday at midnight. So just to start off the day on Wednesday, and then moving into Wednesday early in the morning. Check out that timeline in the top right corner of your screen. By 1:30 a.m. Now, these could be strong. By 1:30 a.m. on Wednesday, we continue our way through here by 5 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Check out that I-35 corridor from San Marcos down to New Braunfels. Wow. That could be a strong wind and damaging hail. And those storms will continue to shift off to the east by the time we get to 7 a.m. on Wednesday, the morning commute. If you're in Gonzales, stretching up to LaGrange, if you got to drive, let's say 1:30 up east of Austin, it could be very messy conditions. And then we'll finally see things quiet down maybe as we head into the latter part of the afternoon there on Wednesday. By the time we get to about 4 or 5 o'clock, it's even east of Hallettsville, and maybe quieter for the evening there Wednesday night.
Good to see you, Stephen. What's happening? All right, Philip, we'll get into the pattern in just a second. First, Derek's question about a sign install in Hutto, which is north of Austin. You know that area real well, right? So tomorrow, what do you think? Reschedule a sign install? How long is it going to take? That's the big question.
Like installing a sign somewhere? Is that what you're saying?
An outdoor sign in Hutto tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Anything that requires pouring cement is
if you're going to pour cement,
is a tough call this week, whole week, because we're going to have multiple waves. And we were talking about that flash flood watch that extends up to our neighbors closer on into Austin, and I believe it also still does include Hutto. So you see the amount of rain they're expecting. Look at that amount.
This is more 7 days worth, but we're exceeding 5 inches.
They're expecting 6 to 8 inches of rain there over the next 7 days.
Yeah, so if concrete's part of that sign install, Derek, I'd say you have to hold off until probably next week.
Looking at soft ground. Now, if you want to go dig the hole to help install the sign, it could be real easy. Yeah. But your cement, I don't think it's going to take too well to a soft, wet ground like that.
And the 35 corridor, you guys should be dry probably the first half of tomorrow. Yeah. As we showed, that model guidance is telling us that it's late by mid-afternoon and late tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. It's looking very active along that corridor. Now, the pattern itself, we've got upper level waves moving across. Remember, this is a time of year where we get a lot of good humidity in place. Southeast prevailing winds are going to keep the moisture. But you see that big dip over El Paso? See how the upper level winds, then it relaxes a little bit as we get into Thursday. But over the next 48 hours, notice how that dip does not move. And embedded in that southwest flow from Mexico across South Texas are these small little what we call short waves. And they move through and they provide a good wave of instability in a very moisture-rich environment. I mean, we are just so wet, and our air is just loaded with moisture.
Yeah, our winds are going to be doing stuff like this, guys. So they're going to, while that system is providing lift through here and sending these little short waves through us, the winds are coming out of the southeast like this, bringing a bunch of moisture in off of the Gulf of Mexico. So you get your lift right there from the southwest, from this big feature right here, this big trough, and that's going to just continue to sweep little short waves through, and then we get this southeasterly flow of moisture that's just going to continue to bring more and more rain across the region.
So we have to wait till this levels off, till we get these lines that you're looking at, straight across, left to right, kind of flatlining. Like you start seeing it a little bit Thursday, but you still see a big dip Thursday and Friday right on top of us. There's a little relaxation right there in this flow. but it's still southwest. And then look at that low that develops out west on Friday.
Yeah, and
heading into the weekend.
Yeah, but you
a
also
huge
see
system.
just off to our east that big ridge,
That's a huge
that
ridge.
dark red. That's why our flash flood watch is until Thursday at 1 p.m.
It's going to
Because
pump in
watch,
a lot of moisture.
watch this big trough that we have at 5:30 a.m. It's still there. It's weakening, but by 1 p.m. it's weakening enough that we're going to see slightly drier conditions. It's not going to be completely dry. We're still going to have storm chances, but we're not going to have as much heavy rainfall. That's why once that system weakens, that's why the National Weather Service has that flash flood watch only until 1 p.m. on
midday
Thursday.
And this is a bit early for this kind of a high on the East Coast, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the timing of the
Big
year,
heat wave.
that's going to be a lot of heat on the East Coast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I want to also point out, check out the sharp contrast,
right?
and
Wow.
the amount of rainfall they're going to get from, let's say, Hondo. The next 7 days, Hondo could get 5+ inches of rain. But just about 100 miles to the west, Del Rio could be seeing less than a quarter of an inch.
Less than a half inch, a quarter inch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a very tight change in who gets a ton of rain, who gets not so much. I still think that we're going to have parts of the aquifer really get recharged by this heavy rainfall, and it's going to just continue to improve the aquifer that's already doing pretty good. So,
Alan, I think Divine's fine tonight. I think you'll stay north of most of the action. Divine close enough to San Antonio to just say that we've got about a 30-40% chance of showers overnight. Josiah, the severe outlook goes down. We improve in the next 48 hours. The biggest risk of severe is between now and midday Wednesday, maybe Wednesday afternoon at the latest. We should stay like Wednesday night into Thursday. Still going to see rain. In fact, rain chances, as you're looking at right now, are pretty good Friday and Saturday. But we really take the severe equation out. I mean, hopefully we'll see this atmosphere stabilize enough. But with that big high over the East Coast, we're still going to pump in a ton of Gulf moisture for rain to continue.
yeah, that low that's setting up off to our west, or we're still getting a bunch of moisture pumping in over us from that high to our east. That low to our west is going to be just close enough to where we're still going to get lift in the atmosphere and still deal with showers and thunderstorms.
So Joe wants to know about El Nino or La Nina. This is a bit of a La Nina pattern as we came out of neutrality last hurricane season, which led to a very active season. We went into a La Nina, and now we're staying. What's the forecast heading into this hurricane season?
I believe right now, I haven't looked at our ENSO numbers,
ENSO.
which is that's basically letting us know where we're at El Nino or La Nina. But what I heard last, that we were moving into a more weak La Nina pattern, so kind of closer to neutral, but still on the La Nina side of things. So,
which promotes more activity. I'm telling you, for the southern U.S., the Atlantic Basin gets a lot more action because, remember, La Nina promotes kind of a sinking motion in the Pacific and a rising motion to the Atlantic. And so with that, you get a lot more conducive environment for tropical weather with a La Nina than you do an El Nino, which again is just the opposite. You get warming air and you get winds that are lifting in the Pacific and sinking air in the Atlantic.
yeah, and looking at the next 7 days, it's looking super wet for us. But I got good news for everybody who's saying, I'm sick of all this rain. Looks like
this is good.
Yeah, maybe the day 8 through day 14 pattern could be a little bit drier. So could be seeing some slightly below average rainfall, but it's going to still be pretty warm out there. Around average temperatures. That's mid to upper 80s for highs this time of year, maybe lower 90s on some days. But the 8 to 14 day weather pattern, not looking too awful.
So Courtney, Bernie looks pretty wet. I mean, we're going to have a good chance of rain Tuesday into Wednesday. Could see some stronger storms again on Wednesday morning, late Tuesday into Wednesday morning. So tonight and tomorrow, not as bad. Tonight and early tomorrow, Courtney, for Bernie. Hail, Audrey, not so much to worry about here. And even to the south, the hail that we're looking at crossing I-35 is only penny size. It's not anything too large to worry about. Instead, it's been very heavy rainfall down the I-35 corridor now, as well as some penny size hail. And winds of about 40, 50 miles per hour. I'm with you, Philip. Tomorrow's Taco Tuesday, so that's exciting. We've got that to look forward to.
Yep, and I know that y'all are seeing a black screen right now. Don't worry, I had to reboot our system because we were having a drop in radar data, and we got it back now, though.
So what you're looking at, none of this is severe. It's under a severe thunderstorm watch, so that's exactly what we're doing, watching to see if this goes severe. But nothing has reached that level. We haven't seen hail 1 inch in diameter, and we haven't seen winds in excess of 55 miles per hour. Those are the two key ingredients of a severe thunderstorm. You see the amount of deadly lightning. I mean, from almost La Pryor, just through Crystal City and down to Asherton, Carrizo Springs. I mean, just very heavy rain, lots of lightning, and this is all just drifting slowly to the south and east. And what's good about this is the fact that you've got a good amount of rain falling on the worst drought-stricken area. This is still an extreme drought area of our region.
Some of these lightning strikes are also striking way far away from this storm, possibly nearly 30 miles away from this storm. That's where we have this one lightning strike in northern Maverick County. So some really far out branching lightning strikes there.
Yeah, Janae is asking about Arkansas, 4 a.m. Wednesday. I don't know if you're driving or flying, but I'm going to say that is a rough time. From what we just looked at on computer guidance, some pre-dawn storms are available on Wednesday morning. So stay weather aware, Janae. A lot can change between now and Wednesday morning, but of course, if you're flying, they won't take any risks. But if you're going to be on the road, definitely pay attention to the forecast we get through tomorrow, and you might have to adjust that timing on when you hit the roads.
So I'm checking hail again just to make sure that we're not missing anything, guys. And it looks like north of Big Wells, maybe some nickel-size hail. Nothing too much to be concerned about there. Penny to nickel-size hail at the largest. So we'll continue to watch that, but still no more big issues with this storm. I would say this storm probably just peaked within the last 15 minutes, and we're about to see it start to weaken a little bit.
That'd be nice. Time of day is helping us.
Yeah.
Jenny's wondering about tornadoes. We were talking about a couple cells earlier that showed some signs of rotation. But we haven't seen anything since, have you?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen anything since then. So no big issues out there with these storms today, thankfully. But over the next couple of days, we may end up having a tornado warning or two, maybe for especially some of those stronger storms Wednesday morning. Some of them look very intense. While it is looking like more of a damaging wind and large hail event, you can't rule out a spin-up tornado when you have severe thunderstorms. Sometimes the conditions can just form just right, but I would not say that we have as much of a threat whenever it comes to tornadoes for these next couple of days.
Marty's asking about Cotulla. You're going to see some very heavy rain. I mean, this is slowly moving in your direction. It'll be a little while. I would say 15, 20 miles an hour to the east-southeast, but this will all move across the I-35 corridor. Looks like Pearsall gets it before Cotulla, but this is not severe. You might get some small hail, Marty, in Cotulla. Wednesday morning in Fredericksburg will be pretty wet, Alex. Definitely some storms there. Rock Springs, much improved now. You know, you're looking okay up there, David. In fact, the hill country stays dry through the overnight. Any tornadoes over the next few days? No, Jenny, we're in good shape. Again, Wednesday could get that batch in. Tuesday night, Wednesday.
I see a question about Cotulla. Mary, this storm is going to continue to drift to the south and east. So you may end up having a lot of lightning and you may end up having some heavy rain. Nothing severe though, but just be ready for that. And I see a question about Eagle Pass. You just had a lightning strike in Eagle Pass, but these storms are moving away from you.
East of you, yeah.
Yeah, they are moving away from you.
That shows you the danger of lightning. I mean, remember, when thunder roars, get indoors because of how far away lightning can strike. It can be 20, 30, 40 miles away from where the rain is falling. Even a phenomenon called bolt out of the blue, where there doesn't even have to be a cloud sometimes, and you'll get a lightning bolt. It's very rare, but it has happened. I mean, cloud-to-cloud lightning can travel for miles, so please always be aware of where lightning storms are.
David's asking, will there be severe weather in San Antonio tomorrow? We do have a chance. We have a marginal risk.
1 out of 5.
It's a little bit of a better risk for severe weather, higher off to the north, closer on towards Austin and even San Marcos. So we'll be watching for that tomorrow and keeping everybody informed, of course.
Great job, Andrew. I'm going to run over to the television side and make sure we're good on crawls and get ready for Eyewitness News at 10.
Excellent. Thank you so much,
job,
Bill.
brother.
So Bill's going to go get ready for the 10 o'clock newscast. We're here, let's see, what time is it? I guess it's 9:34. Less than 30 minutes out from KENS 5. News at 10. Be sure to tune in. He'll have the latest update. Well, it should have new model updates by that time. Those models that we look at, the weather models, they update multiple times throughout the day, and we should have a new update for everybody by the time we get to about 10 o'clock. So still watching these storms move through. They're still drifting down to the southeast. Still a ton of lightning associated with them. Again, I think these storms are starting to weaken a little bit, even though they still look very intense. I do think they're starting to weaken a little bit more, and they should continue to drift down there toward the south and east. So guys, really stormy conditions over the next 7 days. You see that the 7-day forecast showing that the higher chances for showers and storms is going to be for the Tuesday and Wednesday time frame, even higher than what we've had these last few days. Now remember, today was not a 100% chance for rain. We were talking more about a 60% chance. But check out Tuesday and Wednesday, 70 to 80% chance. Still not a 100% chance. So not everybody saw rain today. But you'll have a better chance for tomorrow. You'll have a better chance for Wednesday. And then by the time we head into Thursday, things start to taper off a little bit. But we're going to pick up a ton of rainfall. And then you see still some rain chances in for the weekend and into Monday. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to sign off of here. If we do end up having something severe, you've seen me on here now a lot over the past week. Whenever I see something severe, I get on here on live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on the KENS 5 app, live on KENS5.com. We're live on all those platforms to give people updates whenever anything severe occurs. So if anything does happen, you're going to see me live on here. Weather Chief Bill Taylor, he's going to be live at 10 o'clock. Be sure to tune in to KENS 5 News at 10. He'll have the latest update on storms over the next few days here, and also continue to keep everybody updated on the storms we have out there right now. And of course, I'll be sticking around tonight. As long as we have these watches in place and we have that threat for severe weather, I'm going to be sticking around. Once that's done, though, I'll be able to head out myself. So remember, the Severe Thunderstorm Watch until 11 p.m. We'll continue to keep you updated on everything right here. Flash Flood Watch until Thursday at 1 p.m. Remember, avoid flooded areas and turn around, don't drown. Never try to drive through flooded areas. Flooding is the #1 killer in the United States and really worldwide when it comes to severe weather. So we'll keep you updated on everything right here at KENS 5. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday and a wonderful Monday evening. KENS 5 News at 10 starts in less than 30 minutes.